Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Well, I like this kind of people who come forward and say, this is what I'm going to do, this is what I will do, and they will try to achieve their goal. I don't like weasels who come and say, well, I'm going to do this, but actually he's not going to do it. Or he acts upon something, but he's not going to tell us. Say, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm not doing, and he's doing it. I don't like that. I like the straight way. So Zelensky, unfortunately, I would say for some, he comes out and he says, well, Ukraine has the right to kill Putin. Just like that. So the president of a country who's, remember, attacked, unprovoked attack by another country, Russia, says that they have the right to kill Putin. Why? Because they're enemies. Well, I think United States is also Russia's enemy, or friends, or Poland, or, I don't know, the Baltic states. Why are they Russia's enemy? Because they help Russia's enemies. So Ukraine is Russia's enemy. Whoever helps my enemy becomes my enemy. So therefore you are, by association and direct implication, because you're implicated. Poland is directly involved in this war. Everything but supposedly people fighting. Everything. I think even command officers and everything else. So Poland is part of this. So that means if Poland is an enemy from the Russian standpoint and by association, that means that Poland has the right to kill Putin as well, being the enemy. The only thing that you would say, well, they didn't attack Poland yet. Yes, but Duda, the president of Poland, came yesterday and he said Russia will invade further NATO after Russia is done with Ukraine. So that means if Duda said that, that means he expects Russia to attack them. Therefore, by attacking Ukraine, as we know, unprovoked, he's going to attack Poland. So obviously, Poland has the right to do what the Ukrainians say they have the right to do, correct? I mean, what else is there that I'm missing? You are the enemy, based on this, my enemy. You can do this. I was attacked. Yeah, but Poland says, this guy is going to attack us next. Preemptive strike. Remember the United States after September 11th? Preemptive strike. Yeah, and you remember it was a clear and present danger. I think Poland can claim that, can they? Europe can claim that. United States can claim the same thing. Russia is a clear and present danger towards our way of life. Therefore, they all have the right, according to Zelensky's logic, to kill the president-elect of another country, which is the aggressor state. Right? Well, where are we going with that? That means, let's turn the other way around. So that means the Russians have the same right? Or just because they are the aggressors, they don't have the same right? Fighting a war with these guys that want to eliminate this guy. How is that working? So let me show you this little article here. Ukrainska Pravda. Kremlin reacts to Zelensky's statement on Ukraine's right to kill Putin. You see, these guys got this far yet, or already, they say Ukraine's right. Not, no. They have the right. Okay, this is Peskov. Dmitry Peskov, the spokesperson. He's not a spokesperson, he's a spokesman for the Russian president, has commented on President Zelensky's answer to the Sun tabloid on Ukraine's right to kill Vladimir Putin if such an opportunity arises, because it is about protecting Ukraine. So that means that if the Russians, before February 24th, would have determined that Ukraine or United States or Poland are the enemies, they want to destroy their country, in order to protect the Russian population, Putin had the right to kill the guys to protect his country. If that is the argument, then anyone can do that, preemptively eliminate, assassinate, kill an opponent, in this case that you are protecting your family. And I think he gives me enough signs. Remember, these guys tried to kill Gaddafi. I think they tried to kill, what's his name, Fidel Castro 1,000 times, exaggerating. What is that? Isn't that state-sponsored terrorism? So yeah, I don't think Zelensky gets out of the norm with the criminals, but still, if you have the right, then the other guy has the right. If there's a right, if there's just a privilege that you have that we somehow give it to you, but we determine we don't give it to you, that means that's another right. That means it's an order, and we're not going to listen to whatever international law has to say. But nevertheless, we're going to go tangled in the international law. We find a lot of violators that we should not find. Al Capone, one of them. So let's go back to this article. So, quote from Peskov: "There have been verbal attacks on Putin many times from Ukraine at various levels. We are well aware of this, and they, Ukraine, will not succeed in anything," end quote. Like Peskov has a crystal ball. He also repeated that the Kremlin is confident that Russia will achieve its goals in its war of aggression against Ukraine. Before that, Volodymyr Zelensky, in an interview with The Sun, stated that just as Russia has not abandoned its intentions to get rid of him by any means possible, that is make-believe, Ukraine also has the right to kill Vladimir Putin because it is about protecting the country. So, again, I never heard the Russian leadership talking like Lavrov, Shoigu, Putin, making these kind of statements, we're going to kill Zelensky. Did you? Have you? I can tell you what the former Prime Minister of Israel, Bennett, said in a 4 hours interview a long time ago. I made that video. He said that when he was Prime Minister of Israel, he and this garbage started in Ukraine in February 24th, 2022. He was in Moscow. He went to Moscow to see Putin. He's a Jewish guy, right? He went, or Israeli. He went, spoke with Putin and asked Putin, are you going to kill Zelensky? Another Jewish guy in charge of the Ukraine nation. And Putin said, no, I'm not going to kill. Can you promise me not to? I'm not going to kill. So Putin said then he's not going. Then, if you remember, Bennett left the meeting with Putin, went on the Tamarack to fly back to Israel. He called the other guy, the other brother in Kiev, who was at that time in a bunker. That was in the first day of war. He called that guy over there, and he told him that Putin said he's not going to kill you. The guy was in a bunker in the second day, and he was in a bunker. And Zelensky, according to Bennett, his brother, right, asked Bennett, are you sure he doesn't want to kill me? And Bennett answered, yes, I'm sure. He said he will not do it. And then the brother from the bunker got out in about 2-3 hours in front of the cameras, and this was his statement: we are not afraid. And since then, he's roaming the planet. So he's got an assurance from a criminal, right, that is not going to be killed by that criminal. And he showed up outside from his bunker. So that means he believed the criminal. So there's a lot of inconsistencies here. And now he says Russia has not abandoned its intention to get rid. Why would they get rid of Zelensky? They know who Zelensky is. He's a clown, supported and channeled to the position of the president of the Ukrainians. He's over there. He appointed another brother, Zhmihal, and they appointed the defense minister, Reznikov. They appointed another brother, Yermak, president's chief of staff. All they over there. They were over there. So these guys, if you eliminate them, this guy's going to bring the second echelon. These are just speakers, the speaker, the box where you hear the sound. They're not the people actually speaking in the microphone. You just hear the speaker over there. Bah, 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 bah. If you destroy that one, they're going to bring another speaker. And the same guy is going to talk the same narrative. So this is the guy, not that guy, and that's Zelensky. So again, why would they get rid of these guys? And the same thing is with Putin. If these guys kill Putin, I think these guys will use nuclear weapons on them. So it's idiotic. But I think Zelensky has no problem with that. And here is the last sentence of this article. When asked whether Ukraine would take the opportunity to kill Putin if it arose, he said, "That's war, and Ukraine has all the rights to defend our land." So far, this guy's Zelensky's arguments to kill Putin was this: Russia has intentions to get rid of him by any means possible. That's a lie. I don't think that's true. They would get rid of him when they're going to take over and they make Ukraine neutral. That's one of the Russians' goal. Yeah, but not like that. They could have done it, I think. That's one. If they wanted, just drop an atomic bomb over his ass in Kiev and that's it, like the Americans did. And they will shorten the war and save their boys' lives. Americans' justification for dropping the bombs, okay? And then he says here, Ukraine also has the right to kill because it is about protecting the country. Well, the same thing the Russians can claim. Well, we protect our country from the Americans and the West and all these vultures that try to eat our country. So that means they are also entitled to eliminate what? The American president? Are they entitled? No, they're not. So that argument again falls down. And then the last one, he says here, that's war. Well, that's war, but it has some rules, you know what I mean? And if you do this, then that means they can do the same thing. That's war is not an argument. Because if it's war, you can't go and rape. If it's war, you can't go over there and kill civilians. You claim Russia's doing all these war crimes, but he has this mentality. It's war. What do you want? And Ukraine has all the rights to defend our land. As the United States had all the rights to defend its land and everybody else. Remember preemptive strike? Remember that garbage. Israel used it in self-defense. So, which is okay in self-defense, but the self-defense doesn't give you a, free, blank, whatever shit to write whatever on it, whatever you want to do. No, it's not. It still has limitations. But again, if Zelensky is doing that, let's say he succeeds in killing Putin, which I think the Americans are telling him don't even dare. I think it's just a chest beating from Zelensky. Because if they get rid of Putin, I think someone even worse will come to power. And if that guy comes over there, he's going to say, well, you did this assassination, political assassination, we're going to blow the shit up. And they're going to do it. I'm 99% certain that if Putin is killed in an assassination and they pinpoint or make it up that it was the Ukrainians just to hit the Ukrainians, as the Americans did with Saddam Hussein and September 11, garbage, remember, they will say, oh, it's you. They will do whatever they want. And the Americans are going to say, shit, we told them not to do it. Because the Americans are not going to intervene. How are they going to intervene? Use nuclear bombs against United States against Russia? No, they have more to lose. That's the first thing. For what? For Zelensky? For Ukraine? It's not Zelensky. For Ukraine? You gotta be kidding me. They have families. They have, history. They're in charge of things. Why would you want to get rid of the power you already claimed? All these families, all these guys in charge of our planet. Let's put it this way, more or less, the economic interest. Why would they want to lose that? For Ukraine? To show Putin or Russia that we're going to beat you up? We all die. Why would they want to die? Are you crazy? It's like you enter a house or a room, finally, plain Romanian for full of everything, gold, food, women, whatever you want. Let's say we use these three things because they are the most common in our instincts. Yes. Anyway, so you go over there, you finally got in, everything for free, everything yours to use. Yours, how much you want. And all of a sudden, someone over there does something, oh, you know what? Let's forget about all these things. All my generations that helped me, the education, the ancestors, my work, for Zelensky, for Ukraine. Are you crazy? For that, the Western guys, the guys in charge will not move a finger if Russia gets crazy and does that. Guarantee you that. All right, my friends, here it is. Zelensky is coming with the arguments it's war. And again, defend our land. Russia can claim the same thing. We defend our land. By you killing our people in your country, we defend our people. Therefore, now our land, because they voted. They had a referenda. So under our law, our democracy, that land is ours. So you are attacking us right now. You want to take something that the population actually voted for in a democratic way. More than Kosovo. Kosovo did not ask the population, even though they would have gotten the vote. The parliament said, we vote for independence. And they got it. And everybody was in the West. Yeah, we agree with that or agree with that. Here, no, the population voted sham elections. Why? Because you say so? How about these guys here? Send you to jail if you're a denier. And this is the level. Thank you very much for being with me again today. I don't think Zelensky will do it. And if something happens to Putin, unfortunately, Ukrainians will have to pay for the Ukrainian Zelensky. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.